G'day everybody, welcome back to our playthrough of Valheim. We're sitting here in the kitchen, just contemplating our learnings from the previous episode, and if there's one thing that I have learned is that the ash storms are not to be messed with, and we shouldn't really be out there during those storms. So in hindsight, I think it's probably better, even though we had consumed quite a bit, we probably would have had a better time just waiting it out and not worrying about trying to make our way to that question mark. The question mark is still the goal in this episode, so I think that's probably what we'll do initially. Just gonna have a sleep. Speaking of, you know, eating foods and, you know, not wasting food, but specifically eating foods, I just rediscovered that I have a couple of pie recipes towards the end of the previous episode, and we've got these two pies that are available to us now. One is actually giving us a lot of stamina, and then the other one's giving us a bit of HP, so pretty good actually. I'm very happy that I rediscovered that, although I feel like I'm not really going to be able to make too much of either of those pies because we don't really have the Vineberries for it. So we sort of need to be content with eating the usual stuff. So that's what we'll do. In fact, I will actually have a meal right now because we are running low. I would like to wait a little bit until the health ticks up though. So let's just hang around for a little bit. I'm just looking at our fermenting here, so fermenting is looking good. Let's grab the stamina potions and just stash that away. And it looks like bone mass is also ready for use, which is fantastic because, yeah, I still feel, despite all of our upgrades, that everything in the Ashlands is kicking our asses. So, gotta be extra careful. I think we don't really need to delay any further, so let's get out there. I'm just having a look here. Yeah, okay, that's set to the plains. Let's just make sure that we tag this to Ashlands 1. Yeah, so in case we need to fall back, it won't really be too much of an issue. Although, if this gets unconnected, I can always, like, reconnect the other portal to the unnamed portal. And be able to travel back that way. But yeah, so we ended up setting up on this little rock formation here. And look, it's not entirely secure or anything, because enemies can still get to us, but at the very least, it's sort of up and away from ground level. And, you know, that's good enough to start. And yeah, we're really just aiming to try and get ourselves close to this question mark. We did see the tower, and you know, that tower was not really giving us anything interesting, unfortunately. It seems like it only looked like it was interesting, but yeah, didn't really hold anything of significant value. Oh, okay, we had a Morgan. I didn't even realize. Oh my lord. Okay. It's a bit annoying that the Morgan has this little sort of dance that he has to do at times. which gives other enemies a chance to sort of roll in and do some damage. Alright. Alright. Can the Ashlands just settle down a little bit? Because I would love to try and make some progression here, if possible. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch more stuff. We've still got a few slots, but I might have to drop a few things depending on what we find here in this question mark. I am not keen on fighting anything that we can't really handle just yet, so, you know, I'll once again take a look. It is this structure here, and this is the tower that we looked at just in the previous episode. Again, not confirmed if there are no vines at all. I didn't see any the last time we were here, but it was a little bit dark, so yeah, I don't think there's anything there, so let's proceed towards this structure. There is a spawner, which I've just noticed, so keen on just taking that out. Get rid of him. Marksman gone. Okay, cool. So I really want to just like dash in here because we still have a couple of minutes on bone mass. If I can get rid of this thing. Oh, it's a purple one. I've not seen a purple one. Or have they always been this color? Maybe it's just the time of day playing tricks with us. 2-star Twitcher. Okay. We have not seen one of these guys before. Right, they're not too bad, I don't think. I don't see any Valkyries. But yeah, there's something with this structure, obviously. What? I must have to, like, open this up, probably. Probably don't want to make it so that I can't stand properly, but... Oh, there we go. Yep. Dyrnwyn tip fragment. What? What's this? Another mysterious location. Right. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. The tip fragment. Okay, sure. What about these things? Yeah, okay. You can definitely grab the molten cores. Dyrnwyn tip fragment. Well, since we're in shelter here, might as well take a look at this thing. This shard of metal looks like the tip of a sword. One might be able to reforge the blade if more pieces are found. Oh, yes. I mean, that sounds really cool. Why is this one purple? I guess maybe the purple monuments spawn tougher enemies. That's my guess anyway, because that's our first look into a 2-star Twitcher. And we've never really seen 2 stars before. Yeah, some of these structures are actually very similar. But this one's like completely open, obviously. Probably get rid of Grouston. Don't really need Grouston. "16 minutes rested." Got all sorts of stuff chasing us, technically, but do I want to fight these guys just to make sure the area is clear? I think we've managed to break aggro on some of the knights. Yeah, let's leave. I want to just make sure that we place down this tip, this sword tip, because I'm thinking maybe that could be the thing that we need to use to spawn a boss, potentially. But then there was that other thing that we also saw, like a bell fragment or something. But I mean, this seems like important sort of quest related stuff, so I'm going to leave it here. And yeah, we just need to remember where it is. More molten cores, I'll store those. And a whole bunch of other stuff here. Organ sinews. Alright. Not a bad jaunt. And very interesting discovery indeed. Now, we just need to find the rest of the pieces. But, once again, I'm thinking of slowing things down a tiny bit. Not to say that we're going to be doing too much building in this episode. We might. It's just that I feel like we probably do need to gather up resources and the like, including things like wood, because, yeah, we are sort of low on wood, especially if we're going to continue smelting. So let me just grab a couple of stacks of wood. And another thing I want to do after this is I do want to go back to the Ashlands. Actually, it might be better if we go to the Ashlands now, come to think of it, guys, because we've still got like 15 minutes on our food consumption, so it might not be about... Actually, we do have plenty of wood down there, so maybe we don't need to grab wood after all. But I am thinking I want to just visit the places where we've got those vines. The places that we know that the vines exist, because if I'm not mistaken, those things may respawn, as in the berries may respawn, so it might not be a bad idea to check every now and then. Give us a little bit of practice fighting these charred warriors. I keep calling them knights. I mean, they may as well be. They look like knights to me. So we had vines over here, right? There's actually a couple of, like, strands, I guess, of the vines. I don't see any of the fruit, though. So I wonder if you can get the actual seeds if you take down the vines. But I feel a little bit bad about taking vines down. Ooh, there's more vines there. Okay. We have a collection of vines very close by to our base. Strangely. Alright. So, I'm gonna check out this building. See what we can find. I should actually mark it down while I'm here. I mean, oh yeah, we've got plenty of berry. Oh my god, look at this place. Heaps. Heaps of vine berries everywhere. I think it's very important that we not... Oh my god, yes, okay. Vineberry seeds. Okay, alright. I think it's very important that we preserve this place though, because obviously we're starting with a very small amount of vineberries. But you know what? This could even be a decent place for an actual base. You know, at the moment, we're sort of just, you know, sticking around this, like, initial area that we landed on. And don't forget, it was pretty much just like a higher elevated position that we needed initially, and then we sort of just built it to prevent anything from coming in. Alright. How many seeds did we get? 5 seeds, okay. Maybe we don't really need that much more. I mean, it's nice that there's a big structure that we can harvest berries from. Presumably they respawn quite regularly. Okay, so that was actually very fruitful. Initially I was gonna go up this way and try to get the berries from those vines as well. But now I don't think we need to because, well, you know, we're essentially kind of set. I believe we're sort of set with the amount of seeds that we have, provided that we can then just continually make more seeds. I'm just adding a little bit here to the build so that it's not so difficult to climb in. I mean, it's not that difficult to climb in anyway, but I just thought I'd add a little bit more. Alright. Very good. Let's move. And yeah, I think that could be a decent project, because the reason why I haven't moved from this location is because it's close to the coast, and I quite like having access to the bone moors, but setting up just a little bit more inland where that building is not going to hurt, I think, because we can leave pretty quickly and get to the boat and, you know, work on getting more bone moors that way. So let's throw more of the berries in here. Now I can actually make the pies. But yeah, we've got the vineberry seeds, so looks like they could crumble at any moment. Alright. Apparently, I think someone may have left something in the comments to say that when we do start growing vineberries, we need some structures that are, you know, pretty tall. So I'm not entirely sure how it works exactly, but I am keen on giving that a go. Ash vine. Needs something to cling to. Needs cultivated soil. Okay. I suppose we can cultivate some of the soil here, right? Otherwise, we could cultivate a little bit of the soil here as well. It might not be a bad idea. Get some extra greenery in this building. I'm just trying to think if there's a better spot for it. I'm not sure if I really want to, like, increase the walls of the Great Hall. because then we'd have to aim for an even higher, you know, point at the very top, which I feel like we're gonna struggle to do that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm thinking some of the corners might be a good spot for it. Otherwise... Yeah, maybe the refinery building isn't such a bad location. I wonder if the number of berries you get from each vine is determined by how much space it has above it to grow. Possibly. Anyway, gonna have a sleep, because I think if I am going to make a decision on growing this thing, we're going to have to grow it during the daytime, or at least choose a spot during the daytime, so I want a little bit more light. Also, another thing that I haven't really tested, and this could very well be a problem that we have to address, is whether or not the soil is compatible, because, you know, we've seen what a lot of the plants are like that come from different biomes, and you need the soil from said biome to actually grow certain things. So, yes, that could very well be a problem as well. Alright, just gonna wait for the sun to come up a little bit more, so let's just keep working on grabbing some wood. And now with so many berries, I should be able to make the lingering health potion as well. So very, very excited about that. And perhaps maybe that's going to turn the tide somewhat. A little bit more. I suppose if you really wanted to farm like heaps and heaps of those vines, you could just like build a big wall and simply have the wall exist to cater for the vines. That's probably not a bad idea, but I think we can probably incorporate it into the build, provided that it doesn't need Ashlands soil. I think we're at 2 stacks of 50, just. So, yeah, don't need any more. There's another log over there, but we don't have to cut it down right now. Okay. Oh yes, and I did say that we did have a stack of wood sitting down there, but that's okay. Bit of extra wood, bit of extra coal. Doesn't hurt. Alright, so let's make a decision on where these vines will be growing. Do have a few eggs to collect. Come on, girls. Get out of the way. Alright. Good. And there we go. You guys can munch on that. Hopefully give us a few more eggs. I'm thinking this corner and maybe some of these pillars might not be a bad start. So if I use this and just quickly cultivate this corner. I think that's alright, right? The thing is, I don't want the, I don't really want the cultivated look constantly. Or too prominently, rather. So I wonder if there's a way we can just like tone this back a little bit. And that's a little bit of cultivated like soil there, right? So I think the idea is I just want to cultivate a tiny little bit more and then, you know, push it back slightly. Yeah, okay, so that looks decent. So, let's see. Can we actually get this in? It's not red anymore, so yeah, I assume that's okay. Again, I have no idea how much space it's gonna need. But yeah, so that's decent, I suppose. So that hopefully should grow. I think I'm going to keep these seeds tucked away, because if we make a mistake, then I'm going to need to experiment with these seeds somewhere else. And the next thing that I'm looking at is probably this structure here. Although, another possibility is the barn over here, or the stable. It doesn't go up too high though, so yeah, maybe the refinery building is better. Okay, let's just stash stuff we don't need. A little bit more flour here. Speaking of, we probably are going to need to harvest and then get, you know, some more barley going, because we're going to start making pies more regularly. It's almost time to pull the lever, guys. I think I'm pretty comfortable with doing that. Even though there are plenty of those charred bones, which, you know, technically we are using quite a bit of it, but I have some spare, you know, in the silo anyway, so it's not the end of the world if I did decide to get rid of that. Oh yes, I want to just quickly make some more flour. Let's just do that. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we might even get rid of the soil up here and just like have a bigger wall holding up the soil that's coming down from up that way. Alright, good times. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go out to the plains. Let's do some work that we've been ignoring for a while. Another thing I should try and do soon is to visit Haldor and Hildir. I don't really know if they might have any new stuff for us after the Ashlands update, but you never know. They might. Righto. More barley. Okay, so that should do. Got a big collection now of barley. And just taking a look at this structure as well, I mean, there's some potential here. We could, you know, potentially grow some vines at the back here. So, you know, it doesn't have to be all in the one spot, right? Like, I think we can grow some vines in various locations, and when we need it, we just go out and harvest. I assume these things are growing properly, but let's just double check. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. Needs an open sky. Which means that we can't simply grow it where we've got a roof over the maybe over here. Maybe this pillar might work. I'm just spitballing. Man, that's disappointing. At least we have another 3 seeds though. And I haven't exactly gone out to that location and grabbed all of the vine berries that are available there. So I could go out there and continue grabbing more. I just didn't continue because 1, it was getting late, and 2, I think we didn't have the right cape on. I probably want to be using the floaty cape. Okay, and I suppose with that failing, we're now going to need to just fix up the soil around here. Okay. Ah, man, that would have looked quite nice. But yeah, okay, so too much shade is not good. I'm thinking maybe this little section here might do the trick, potentially. So why not? Let's try and give that a go. Let's cultivate the soil slightly here. Yeah, it just gives us so much of the cultivated soil, it's a little bit bonkers, really. So, yeah, we're gonna have to try and reduce that down a tad. Oh no, okay. Okay, that looks decent. Now, let's see if we can just clean things up from here. I need to actually be extra careful because we do have the farm over that side, which, you know what I could do is I could very quickly harvest some of these. That way we can sort of do this and yeah, okay, so I think that is looking fine. Let me just get the bloody vines in. I just need the one, really. It's really just a test. Okay. Yeah, doesn't work. Well, there goes me plans. I think we're gonna have to set up walls. Walls that can take the vines. Are there any other things that we can use to grow vines? I'm just sort of looking at our building options here, but things like these dividers, for instance, that might look cool, right? Like, I assume these things can grow on the sides of anything, provided it's not obstructed. You know, maybe even, like, don't we have, like, the copper stuff? Yeah, here. The Verger metal walls. So you could, like, build, you know, a few of these somewhere, as long as it's out in the open sky, and then these things will have the vines sort of growing. It sounds like a decent idea in theory. So, maybe that's the way we go. I think something's aggroing McLock's face here. Let's just get him to calm down a little bit. Cool your jets, cool your jets. Yeah, stay here. Oh no, he's just moving on his own. Can we... Maybe what I'll do is I'll just steer him into where he's supposed to be, or where he's going to eventually stay. And yeah, maybe he can stay in there. Nice and secure. Oh man, alright, yeah, either... Maybe what we do is we just include them in the in the farm proper. I don't know why we're missing a little bit there, but I should address that. Couple should do. Let me just... Actually, I'll hang on to these things because we might be doing a little bit of farming. Yes, there's a little bit of that patch there that I need to fix up as well. Yeah, that looks fine. Alright, let's have a sleep. I haven't really eaten for a while. Luckily there's no, like, penalty for not eating for a while or anything like that, but obviously you just don't have as much health and stamina. I don't know what I'm more excited about, finding that sword tip or finding all of these vine berries, to be honest. They're equally as exciting. Alright, so... I think the first thing that I want to try and resolve is the farm and making sure that we can actually grow these vine berries properly. It doesn't mean that we're going to permanently keep the vine berries here. We could potentially move them because, as I said, the thing that I'm about to do is really just set up some space for it, like some sort of structure within this this farm area to allow for the thing to grow properly. I only have like 2 more seeds to experiment with though, so there's that. But yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of everything here because, well, it's been a while. I may as well do a bit of farming right now. I feel like we've been doing a bit of farming this episode. But yeah, we sort of have a clean slate now. For my experiment, I think I'm just going to do it on this side. The first thing we need to do is just cultivate the soil. Still a little bit dark, so not really able to see exactly what this looks like. Do I have some extra resin tucked away somewhere? So I feel like it might be good to distribute some resins. Yeah, I've got a little bit. I still don't really understand what the charcoal resin is used for, actually, because I initially thought perhaps maybe the charcoal resin would burn for longer, and it's simply just a new fuel source, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Actually, let me grab copper. I think what I'll do is I'll grab like 6 pieces of copper, and that way I could make the wall grow pretty high. Actually, I don't really need to make a very high wall, do I? I just need to test to see whether or not the the thing will actually grow on it. What am I doing? I actually want to pick up the forge. Actually, I don't have space for stuff. Let me just drop a few things. A few more onions. Barley. Got these seeds. Carrots. Yeah, we've got too many veggies now. Okay. Let me just quickly tidy this up here. Make sure that we are removing the ugly cultivated soil look. Yeah, some of this stuff is bleeding out, which I don't really like. Not a fan. Okay. Black Forge. We do need that. God, just planning for growing these vines is so difficult. But I think once we've figured it out, though, I'm going to be so happy that we have some vine berries constantly, because if we can get that going, we are laughing. Alright, so yeah, the idea is I want to use these. Does it work though? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, let's just do something like that. I'll start with that, and what I'll do is I'll just place the vine berries down. God damn. Okay. So, I guess it's not really counting these as walls then to creep up on. Alright. Scrap that idea. I guess I just need like plain old walls, really. Yeah, everything's connected, right? Oh, hang on. No. Metal cutter is not connected. Yeah, needs to be at level 5. Alright, good. Well, not exactly good, but I think the only other alternative that I can think of is just utilizing our walls. Yeah, if I said before that we might actually just like consider changing some of these areas to not have all of this soil and just have a wall, perhaps maybe we can do it here. But that's, I feel like, another project in of itself, because yeah, I'm not really keen on doing another big thing, because we've got a few big things going on. Alright, well, look. We may as well get started. I know I'm saying this like reluctantly. We gotta do it. Okay, I need a stone cutting table, or a stone cutter, sorry. So let's just grab that. We'll steal it from here. Man, this game, it can be addicting at times, but then you get to these sorts of things and you're like, what? There are some pains that we have to go through to achieve certain things. I'll just do that temporarily. And obviously it needs to be in the open, right? Open sky, so... let's just quickly do that, and... I think I can afford to just... dig a tiny little bit more. Will I ever get to housing McLock's face? I don't know, guys. Those dreams seem further and further away now. Just get rid of that. Okay. Let's do another 1 by 1. There. So what I'll try and do as well is to see if I can just flatten some of the soil here. The idea is that we want, you know, some kind of a pathway that goes to the side here. And that way some of these walls will actually be high enough. Well, I assume they need to be relatively high for it to be worthwhile, you know, for these vine berries to grow. Okay. Get rid of that. Just fix this very quickly. Right. Will we have success? I have no idea. The idea is we do want to just cultivate that. A little bit of a hole here. Let me just see if I can plug that up. Oh. Okay, ran out of stone. Do we have any stone sitting around here? Yes, we do. Tiny bit. I probably could have gotten it from the silo, actually. Silo probably has, like, smaller stacks. Okay. So, decent. Now, the problem is... how do I make this not look too... dirty, if that makes sense. Maybe I could like do like a small sort of little section here with like some wood to sort of house the spot where the berries are growing, if that makes sense. But anyway, we have only one seed remaining, so I'm hoping this grows. And it's got a little bit to work with. It says it's healthy. Are we going to... oh, no. No. What? Needs more room to grow. Why, though? Doesn't it need something to cling on, though? I mean, I don't get that. Maybe it needs to be like next to a wall, but it needs to be a little further away from the wall, if that makes sense. Oh man. That's so annoying. I want more seeds now. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, we might go out and see if we can find some more Vineberry seeds. This looks like a promising spot. It didn't say that it had, like, an issue with having a roof over its head or something like that. Hang on, I assume if we did it back here and we removed some parts of the roof, for example, I assume it would still be a problem because there's still not enough room to grow. I assume. We're going out to the Ashlands, so we better eat properly. And I feel like the sun's just about to go down as well, so timing is not the best, but I'll have a sleep, and I'll see if I can venture out there and see if we can grab some more vineberries. Hopefully find some seeds from said vineberries. Man, I can't believe we completely missed that when we first landed. In fact, I feel like when we initially arrived, a few sort of strange things happened to us. For example, we, didn't exactly find Askvin until a few more episodes in, which I think most people find themselves coming across some Askvin pretty early on. Now I can see Askvin constantly, They're always around. In fact, I feel like they're the ones that like respawn the most next to Twitchers. Oh no, sorry, we've gone out to the plains. My bad. My bad. Alright, should be out this way. Oh my lord. Okay. You know, 1-star anything. I think maybe the only starred enemy that I'm not afraid of is the marksmans. They do a bit of damage, but I think you can easily dodge. Alright. So yeah, I just want to be... Oh my god, this is exactly what I don't want. I was just about to say the words. That we need to be careful not to have this place destroyed. Oh man. I wonder if we're just going to be really unlucky and not get any seeds whatsoever. All right. I'm just looking at the time as well, but we might call it an episode here. I do want to come back. There's still some Vineberries up top there. And oh yes, we've got another 4. Okay. Okay, alright. Look, we probably will be coming back at some point to grab more of these berries, seeing as I've not had any success trying to grow said Vineberries, but I think we can come back with like a workbench and a bit of wood as well, because I sort of need to make my way up and reach for some of those berries that are sitting a little bit further up the structure. But anyway, oh, Morgan over there. Just double checking that we don't see any troublesome Valkyries, but I think this is it, guys. Bit of a mixture of an episode, but finding that sword tip is probably the highlight to me. Keen on obviously visiting the next question mark. Hopefully we can sort of piece together that sword. Hopefully it's something equipable as well. But anyway, signing out here. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.